Hello ladies, we are working leg day today. We are gonna do a giant set and cycle through squats, deadlifts, bridges, and lunges. So you have 4 exercises. Your goal is to get through this set 4 times. It should probably last you about 30 minutes, but obviously if you can only get 3 rounds in the 30 minutes, that's okay. But you're challenging yourself for about that 30-40 minute time frame cycling through this. Now, you need to make sure that you're challenging yourself with your weight. I'm going to use just the set of dumbbells I have here, but I will cue you to pick up heavy weights on certain things. Again, you are challenging yourself 8 to 12 reps through this cycle for about 4 rounds, okay? 4 exercises, 4 rounds in that 30 minutes. You take breaks as you need to take breaks. If you cannot get through the sets strong enough with the weight, then you might need a little bit more of a break in between. So we're gonna start with your squats. You're doing goblet squats. So your weight should feel challenging 8 to 10 reps. If you feel like you need, you went 12 and it was easy, grab a heavier weight, okay? So by the last 2 reps, it should be sticky, okay? So normally I would use like a 30, 35. You might not have that weight, and that's okay. Another way to do this is to pause at the bottom. So we're gonna go down for your squat, okay? Sitting down. I'm gonna actually show you from a different position so you can see how my hips go back. My toes are slightly turned out. That's my natural position. I'm about hip width, a little bit wider than hip width, and that's my natural position. So it's your natural position. Squatting is not static. No one does the same thing when they squat. Everybody's posture is a little bit different, okay? So what feels good to you might not feel good to somebody else. I'm gonna come down, sit in the hips, back, core in, belly in, okay? Chest stays lifted up, drive up through the heels and the midfoot, squeezing your glute a little bit on the way up, okay? You're not hip thrusting though, okay? So we're coming down nice and controlled. Our elbows drop inside the knees a little bit. That's about the position that you're at. And see how my back stays flat. I'm not rounding at all, okay? So here we go. You have your squat. You're doing your reps. Okay, it should start to feel challenging. And if you have a lighter weight, come down, pause, 2, 1, then drive it up, okay? Down, 2, 1, then drive it up. All right, so there's your squats. Now you're gonna rest a second because you can't go right into the next exercise. You'll die out really fast, okay? Give yourself a clock, put a clock there, put your watch, look at your watch. Bring your heart rate down. Might be 30 seconds, might be a minute. You really don't need more than a minute though, okay? Then you're gonna do your deadlifts. So your deadlifts, you wanna make sure that your shoulders are pinned back, okay? Think about lemons under your armpit. So you don't wanna roll forward. You wanna stick like a lemon under that armpit and like think about squeezing that lemon under the armpit. Okay, keeping that there, chest stays tall, okay? I'm gonna, again, do it from a side angle so you can see how the back stays flat. You are just shoulder width. You don't wanna be wider than shoulder width because what will happen if you're wider than shoulder width and you're coming down, your knees are gonna do this, okay? So you wanna be about hip width, which a good guide for that is basically a little bit wider than like 2 fists, okay? That's about where I'm at. All right, so I'll come down this way, then I'll turn. So I'm pinned back, I'm hip hinging, my knees are slightly bending, and then I'm coming up and I'm squeezing those glutes on the way up. I'm not thrusting the hips forward, okay? There's a difference. So coming down, nice hinge, nice slight bend to the knees. Notice my dumbbells stay really tight to my shins. And you're not looking up, you're actually looking a neutral spine, not down, but you're following your spine, and then on the way up, you're squeezing, okay? Belly in. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale up. okay? There's your reps. Rest. Now you're resting. 30 seconds to a minute of rest. And then we're going down to the ground for your bridges, okay? Again, you are cycling 4 exercises as many times as you can in about 30 minutes, okay? Try to get 4 rounds. Okay. So now I'm gonna go down and do my bridge. If you have a band, you can use a band, you can do a banded bridge, but I honestly, I would not always do banded bridges, okay? So you're gonna come down to your mat. So a few ways to do this, okay? You can have dumbbells on your hips. I'm gonna show you first without the weights and then with the weights. So your bridge position is 90 degrees. Your back is flat into the floor, okay? None of this arch. You shouldn't have any room under there, okay? So back is flat into the floor, and you're gonna push up through your heels. Lift and squeeze the glutes on the lift, okay? Inhale, up. Okay, inhale, down. Exhale, on the lift. Inhale. And hold it for like 2 seconds at the top. Get that good squeeze. Lengthen and then lift. Okay? And if you want to use dumbbells, you can do that too. You're going to just place them on your hips and you'll hold your hands here as you're bridging. Okay? Notice I'm not just pumping, okay? You want to control the movement. Connect the breath. Okay, there you go. Do your reps. And then we're going to come up and rest. Grab a drink, and we're going to your lunges, all right? Your lunges, I'm going to have you in a static lunge for this one today, okay? Your static lunge, you are not moving. You know a forward lunge, you know a reverse lunge. Okay, we're going to static lunge, stationary lunge. So you want to be not straight upright. You're going to hip hinge forward just slightly with that hip, okay? Dumbbell on the opposite side, and you're driving through that heel on the lift. Okay, you want to make sure that you're touching the ground. Graze the ground. Don't like set yourself there and rest, but graze it, okay? So, drive up. It should feel really sticky on that lift up. Okay, I'm going to face this way. Again, you're hip hinging. Stay in that hinge. Upper body doesn't move. Upper body's not moving, girls. Drive up, couple more reps. And then you're gonna switch your legs. Face this way. When you're ready, go into your other leg. If it feels easy, go a few extra reps and then add weight the next round. All right, good. Okay, so that was one full round. We're just about 10 minutes in. So you'll probably land, 30, 40 minutes for that 4 rounds, okay? You don't need a lot of exercises, girls. Be effective with your exercises. Okay, so nail the form on these. That's all I want. If you're using no weight, body weight, it's fine. We'll add weight over time. Progressively adding weight, right, is gonna build those legs and build that booty, okay? And the strength, and in your mind, okay? Challenge yourself, girls. You got this. Go get those next 3 rounds.